Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Online here. Welcome back to another video, guys. And you guys seem to really enjoy my last video where I talked about For Honor and how I liked the beta and if I would recommend it to you guys. So I figured I'd do the same thing this time with Tom Clancy's Recon Wildlands. I did get a chance to play the closed beta this past weekend, and I figured I'd give you guys my thoughts on the game since it is coming up in about a month or so, and I know this time is really heavy in terms of games. We've had things like Yakuza come out and other games like Gravity Rush, Neo, and you know, it's pretty filled. We even have Horizon Zero Dawn coming out here soon, so I figured I'd talk to you guys whether or not Recon Wildlands is worth the price or not, and ultimately my experience having it. And of course, this will be from my personal experience because not everybody is the same. There's people that have completely trashed this game for what it is, and people that completely love it. And yeah, so knowing that, let's get into the review. So the way I started Recon Wildlands is probably the way a lot of people are going to be playing this game. I did start it off solo. Now the game immediately drops you into this big open world, and you have the option to choose what you really want to do, and ultimately it's up to you. Actually, it doesn't even give you any guidelines what to do whatsoever. You could just do any mission that you want. It emphasizes that you should do the story missions, and ultimately they are the best well-crafted missions, but there is complete freedom with this game, which is awesome. So there's not like a whole, you know, big storyline thing you gotta do. Pretty much the game drops you into this game after a quick cutscene or so, and pretty much from there on out, it's your journey on whatever you want to do in the game. And now I did start it off solo like most people will be doing, and for the most part, the game worked decent with AI, but I don't think it is the way that ideally play it, maybe. I mean, that's just for the fact that the AI feel really clumsy, and they make you know that they are kind of like computerized and they're not like, you know, like real people. For instance, if you drive away from the AI because, or you know, they're kind of supposed to be teaming up with you, they instantly teleport into your car, and it feels really weird. So I really like the whole aspect of, you know, playing with someone like on co-op or online, and that's the way I mainly did play the beta. After I did play it solely, I did jump in the game with my brother, and I did play online a bit. So going into the open world in this game, it's really different compared to other games. Usually when you're playing an open world game like Watch Dogs 2 or GTA 5, it feels really handcrafted, and that a developer took the time to make this game and make it, you know, very unique. But this game feels really organic and really like feels like a vibrant world, and it really honestly makes you feel like it's a world that's realistic, as well as, you know, kind of like a sandbox game where you can do what the heck you want. The movement in this open world and the way you traverse across this open world is completely realistic. This game is probably the game that feels the most open in any game I've ever played in my whole life, probably. This game is completely open. There's no loading screens whatsoever until you die, actually. And it just feels completely surreal. I know a lot of games say there's no loading screens, but then when you hop into single player missions, it is completely loading screens. So far, anything in the game I've played, when you're going into a mission, you're literally walking inside the house, and you're literally going inside where the world actually is. There's been no loading screens except for when I died in the game. And to me, that's kind of surreal because a lot of, you know, developers promise this in a lot of games, or they actually emphasize that, but it never really comes into reality. But this game honestly did, and it's kind of really cool in that. So enough with the pros. There are some cons with the game, and as I said, the game is really realistic in the way it's open world, you know, navigates you around the world. But the problem with that is it does really feel like there's not much to do in the world unless you're specifically going somewhere. There's been constantly times where I'm just flying in a helicopter and there's not really much to do until something pops up in the map and you're just waiting there for a little bit. I'm guessing this is just because we're in the beta part of the game, or like the closed beta. They just gave us a portion of the map which is actually like directly in the middle, and you couldn't really cross the border. Funny story, I actually did get across the border using like a glitch I found online, so that's kind of, you know, funny there. I'll probably put some gameplay on right now, but from what I saw when I explored outside the beta map, the world felt really dead besides NPCs, but that's probably due to the fact that there's not, you know, story missions or any missions in general triggered. I think the only part that was active in the game in terms of like society and everything was like inside that hub that you got to play in the beta. So again, that's just me because I was a god and I got out. But so going on with the cons of the game, I did find the story completely abysmal, but I think that's, you know, really given in terms of it's a Tom Clancy game. Tom Clancy games are known for being stealthy, fun gameplay game. I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna be playing this game for the story, and I'm pretty sure that's not what you want me to talk about. So yeah, the story's abysmal. There's nothing there to it. You're not gonna like it whatsoever. You're not buying this for the story, so don't go in expecting it. I mean, there is some like cheap dialogue, and they're trying to make it, you know, realistic and humorish, but honestly, it fails to do so, and it's not objectively bad. It's just, you know, they can't really tackle it in a way that this game is to make the dialogue even interesting in general. So whether or not I would buy the game, I think this is just going to come down to pricing on when I decide to buy this game. I'm not sure if I'm going to be buying this at launch, but it is a game that I really want to have in terms of playing on the side. Let's say I play Horizon Zero Dawn. This is definitely a game that you want to have with your friends to play on the sides. Again, this is a month away, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see an open beta, and if that does happen, you know, jump on that and definitely give it a shot. I mean, I think any game's worth, you know, giving it a shot, at least for free. And yeah, I think the game is really, really different, and it's a completely different aspect when you're turning on co-op and when you're playing with your friends. It makes the moments of Ghost Recon shine the best way it is possible, and that's the fact that it's an open world sandbox game, and the movement in which, you know, you traverse to these objectives. Like, I remember spawning on top of a mountain with my friend, and we had to go all the way down across a lake or something like that to get to our next objective, or around like a lake or so. And we ended up driving down the whole mountain, and we took different routes, but eventually in this huge open world that took us maybe 5 minutes to drive around, we eventually did get there. And, you know, we just took completely different routes, and we went around this whole mountain territory, and it was really, really cool. Again, I think this game will be a lot different for different people depending on what you look for in the video games, but this game was pretty fun. Again, I don't think I could summarize this game more than I just did, and yeah, honestly, it's different taste for different people. Definitely a game that I'm probably going to be picking up, whether that's in a month after launch, whether that is at launch, you know, who knows. I guess it's the same thing that I said for Honor. It depends how much I crave this game, because right now I am kind of craving more For Honor than when I played that beta last weekend, so that's a good sign as well. So I guess that's how time will tell whether or not I want to play this game again, and definitely when this game opens up its map is probably going to be where the beauty shines when the full release comes out. And yeah, so anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. In terms of updates for my channel, I'm going to be probably trying to get another video out tomorrow, which is really cool. But other than that, I know I've been doing a lot of topic/discussion videos, and I'm hoping to stop that trend soon with like another, you know, kind of like, I guess, big video, like a top 10, something like that. So that's in the works right now. Sorry if it's taking some time. It's just been very busy lately. But yeah, guys, this has been Online. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.